beauties! So today we are starting off with our foundation routine. So I've already primed my skin and moisturized. So my mix lately, because my skin has been a bit of a mess, has been Scarlet concealer on the liquid foundation brush, and then mix that with some velour liquid foundation, and that's been my go-to. So I use the liquid foundation brush and apply that and buff that all in on my skin, and that has been giving me great coverage, and it lasts the vast majority of the day, unless it's one of those days where I blow my nose like 30 times, in which case I don't think anything would survive that, to be completely honest. So I buff this in, and those colors and that coverage is really great for all my redness and my under eyes as well, so I don't have to apply a separate concealer or anything. Alright, now that my skin is good to go, I'm going to go in with the brow liner in medium. I have been mixing it up a little bit. Sometimes I'll use dark, sometimes I'll use medium. I have been messing with my hair color a bit, so sometimes it is really dark and sometimes it's more brown than black. But either one of these, medium or dark, really goes well with my current brow color, and I can get away with either one no matter what, so just so you know. Okay, so now we are going to start my usual contour routine, which is just using the Sunset bronzer with the blusher brush. I really just do it on my forehead and my cheekbones. Sometimes I'll put it a little bit across the nose. It is not completely matte, but I can still use it as a contour, and it works completely fine. Alright, so now we're going into the beloved eyeshadow palette, which was the kudos for the month of February, and my goal is to use all 4 colors. So we're going to start off in Allure with the liner shader brush. Okay, so that color is a satin, but we're still going to buff it in. It only has a teensy bit of like reflective shimmer in it, so it's still workable for the crease. So that is Allure, which is a pink with a teensy bit of shimmer. And of course, I'm going to put some of that on the lower lash line, concentrating the most of the color on the outer edge and connecting the top and bottom lash line. And then we're adding more and buffing it in so that we can get a little bit darker of a color payoff, and then really blending it up. I obviously don't shy away from getting that bolder color up higher in the crease. So now we're going to go into Devoted, and I'm using the cream shadow brush because I really want to get the dark deep color on there, and so I'm just going to pat it on with the cream shadow brush. So I'm patting that all over my moving lid and just sort of debating how high I want to put that, and then blending with the liner shader brush again, just sort of blending it up, keeping the darkest concentration of color right against my lash line. Okay, so now that we've really blended that and it's less of a line in between, really thinking about going back in. So we're going to reapply Devoted with the cream shadow brush, and again just trying to get the most concentration of color there towards my lash line, and I just really want to intensify it. And you can absolutely do this as many times as you want to try to get the color payoff that you want. So I'm also reapplying Allure right above it, and of course using my fingers because who needs brushes? And then putting a little bit of Devoted on the outer edge of my lower lash line. And then I'll go back in with that shader brush and really just blend it. I just really wanted to intensify those colors more and make this more of like a pinky peach plum, no peach, sorry, pinky plum smoky eye. Okay, now going in with eyeliner. Since we're doing a smokier look, we're going to use Perfect, which is black. I really like the kohl eyeliners, and I'm not much of a winged eyeliner person. And then I'm going in with my Uemura, which is my favorite eyelash curler. This is really great for those of us who have kind of sparse lashes. Then on to Epic Mascara. I'm going to do a good 2 coats on my upper lash line and 1 coat on my lower lash line. I tend to do that if it's a smokier look. If not, I usually just keep the mascara on my upper lash line. Oh, and then I realized there was one color I did not use, and that was Unwavering, which is a gorgeous light pink, just like iridescent highlight color. So I went in with the crease brush to put that on the inner corner of my eyes, and then I realized that I would like this all over my face. So I'm going to use the crease brush at first, and then and put it above my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow. And then I think in a moment I'm going to realize that that is not enough and I should use my finger instead. So it is really quite iridescent in person, in case you're wondering. Okay, so for lip liner I'm going to do my usual plush because that is my favorite, and I feel like it's like a flattering color for my skin tone, and it goes well with this coloring. It's kind of like a mauve, like a taupey mauve type color. And then, sorry, continuing with my mascara, I did say I was going to do a lower lash line coat. Okay, zhuzhing my hair a little bit because, you know, why wouldn't you? And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much.